Hello. How is everyone doing today? Testing, testing. Hello. If you can't hear me, like the stream. Type in chat. Let me know. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hey, Ollie, how are you? Hey, Jumpman. Aurelio. Miguel. Hey, Christopher. Hey, SL. Hey, Rice Eater. Hey, Elias. Hey, what's up, Jordan? Hey, hey. I think there might be a little bit of delay, but yeah, I'm going to chill with you guys for a little bit. Take a look at how we're doing on this bounce, eat some pizza. Let's see where we are compared to yesterday. If anyone has any general questions before we start. Video asks, I paper handed, should I get back in now or should I wait for a retrace after hitting that 2,500? So let's take a look at Ethereum right now. This is the daily. So daily RSI yesterday was like 34, which is low but not super low. But let's just mark out our levels we was watching for the weekly close, right? So the most important level we was watching was this 2,000 level. So 2,000 was the most important level I saw, where I wanted us to close above the weekly. And we did that. Hey Chris, hey Marco. Hey Noz, thanks for joining me again for the stream. Yeah, we closed the weekly above this level, which was, for me, make or break for the bull market. If we closed below 2,000, then we could have been in a bit of trouble. Hey Jack, welcome to the stream, bro. Jack, did you download that game yet? I am munching on a margarita pizza and a Singer Thai beer. There you go. Hey Ash. But this was like, in the worst case, like 1600 is our, hey Eric, is our really strong support. And then below that we have 1400. Which was the previous all-time high in 2017, right? So, to find the weekly fine, let's take a look at the BTC weekly while we're here. And then we'll go back to the dailies on both pairings. So, weekly chart for BTC. We can like redraw it. Most important level for BTC was like here. Actually a little bit higher, like here. Just because you can see that we had some like distribution here. So we're gonna take the high of the distribution and we'll take the low as well, which is like here probably. So we have like a range high, range low, and an equilibrium level. And price is trading okay. There's some low time frame supports and resistance in there. But generally speaking, not looking as good as ETH, because if this was like an ETH chart, like ETH defended itself at our first high time frame resistance, right? BTC has dropped a little bit further, because BTC's like really important level for me was 38,000. But I would say it was pretty close to impossible to close above 38,000 last night. We would have had to make up like, I don't know, maybe 8,000 in price action. Let me mute my Telegram 1 sec. But in terms of weekly close, I think Ethereum looks a lot better than BTC. So let's take a look now at Ethereum on a daily time frame. This is actually one of my favorite charts right now. Hey Ethan, how are you? First level of resistance being tested. Maybe some people are asking how I can find like support here and resistance. So let's say price is like trending higher, right, like this, which is pretty much what we have here. I'm pretty much just taking the wicks. I'm marking these out because these are our levels. So I'm taking the wick highs and using them as support and resistance. Hey Rajan, how are you? If you guys are enjoying the stream, please make sure to give it a like. There's 65 of us and only 10 likes. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I do streams every day pretty much right now. I streamed yesterday, I streamed the day before. We will do some chart requests. I'm just going to keep looking at ETH right now. Both ETH and BTC on the daily. We'll do like the 8 hour and then we'll go into some chart requests. If that sounds good. So first major resistance levels being tested right now. You can see right here. And this is where, so if you guys don't know, I sold my bounce positions maybe like an hour ago on this retest. So I'm out of my ETH from 1800, from 1900, from 2000. I'm out of all of them until we can claim back so if that makes sense. So until we see this level flipped into support, I'm out. I'm still holding my entire spot position. I'm just not gonna, you know, hold my 30 or 40% gain over the night. So what we're gonna wait and see is like something like this. And once we see that this region is support, that is when I now enter. That's my new valid level to take a new fresh long position. I hope that makes sense. One question. If you entered on, say, 1740... Right, yeah, I think I just answered that. I'm selling my bounce position now. I actually sold all my ETH from below 2k. Because there's no reason to have it open, right? Like, why would you keep your long position open here at resistance when you can just wait, you know, wait for price to go up 2% and have like a confirmed structure, and you know your longs will be in a much better position. My entry level is like I would say just to be safe, when 2,600 is support, I will be buying back heavily. But yeah, that's pretty much it on ETH right now. I guess if we take the EQ of this level, and bulls don't really have the strength today, let's say for example, to make a strong close, then I guess we're just going to see some ranging here. But I'm still holding my like long spot positions from ages ago. Like, I don't think we're going to be seeing like prices like here again. It's a possibility, but I think the bottom has a good chance of being in. We just need to wait, right? Let's take a look at BTC. So, BTC, in my opinion, looks worse because it's running into this support slash resistance at 3,800, right? Which for us is like the most important level for BTC. So you can see here, wicked in, but couldn't close above, and that was our bearish retest. And here it's like happening. It's happening again, right? Here, maybe not to the same extent or at such an important level, but like even this candle here, which was the base of our impulse high. It's acting as resistance. And what level is this? Yeah, so this is 3,800, so. There we go. Yeah, so 38,000 is like our resistance, and it's just getting rejected, and it's sad to see really, because it needs to go higher for the rest of the market to continue climbing. Unless BTC is just gonna like accumulate for a little bit, but I doubt that. But yeah, looks worse than the ETH right now. We need to see 38,000 support. This is clear as day, right? And then we can start moving higher again. But I think the major reason we saw this downward move was because of the huge crackdown in China right now on cryptocurrencies. Like, I know a lot of us have said over the years that, you know, China FUD is like, it always happens. This time it seems to be a lot more serious. The mining companies have been shut down. Miners are being forced to sell, and a lot of the mining and hashing power for Bitcoin is moving from China into like the global trade, into the world pretty much. Hey Toby, thank you so much for the support, bro. But yeah, BTC needs to claim 38,000. Wouldn't be holding a leverage long position here. We can take a look at on the 4 hour if you like. You see this 4 hour? You see how it's getting like this is not a good looking candle. What are you smoking? I'm smoking pizza. I guess I won't enter my ETH position. To answer Toby's question, I will not be entering my ETH position if BTC is below 38,000. So I'm still in my spot ETH position, right? But I added on the bounce at like 1900, 1800, 2000, 2100, 2300. That's all been sold. If that makes sense. And the 4 hour doesn't look too great. Like, we need to see some good action here. Like, we're probably just gonna trickle down to like 35k and then back up again. Like, that'd probably be my suggestion. But like, ETH looks much better. While it's at resistance, like, we look to be breaking through. Yeah. Good position to take profits on ETH right now. But let's do some chart requests. Daily time frame. I'll try and do them as fast as I can. Subscribe to the stream, like the stream, and post your chart requests in the comments. So let's do some chart requests. Make sure they're on TradingView as well, guys. Gather price action? I'll do it on it. I'm super bullish on Gather. Currently 10 cents. My entry price is like 1 cent, so back here in November, December, October. This is when I was shilling it on like my Telegram, and then it went around 60x. Yeah, 10 cents is pretty good. Market cap currently is like 8 mil, which is really good. They have a lot of cool stuff being built out. I'm eating a pizza. I can mute my mic actually. Apologies. And also somebody asked about ERN. This is painful for me. Like I could have sold like 70, 80, still bag holding. One thing I saw somebody ask, right? It's like my sovereign BTC. So if you type in sovereign Bitcoin, and you go to margin trading, lending, sorry. So this is how you buy sovereign, which is a position probably my biggest position apart from ETH. And then you go to swap, and then just type what you want to swap on the sovereign network. So I'm not sure what the price of SOV is right now. Actually, let's go to spot trade. SOV to USDT. So current price is like 27. And I've been holding this since like 80. But super, super bullish. Like the last time I was this bullish on a project, it was like ETH like 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, back to the charts. BNB. So I traded BNB yesterday actually. My entry on BNB was 230. I'm not sure where 230 is in terms of here. So my entry was like here. Here. And I've now sold my position just to be transparent. First level resistance is here, second is here. Yeah, BNB looks okay. Look at this, right? Lovely retest, wick below, trapped bears, trapped short positions, late shorters, squeezed all the way up back to first resistance 1, and now looking to break through, to be honest. I think this will move higher. It's hard to say. Let's give it a few more hours. You know, we want to see some accumulation, and then we want to flip this 350 level, but let's focus on 320 first. But I have closed my BNB position from MG at 230. Luna's been pretty crazy the past like few days. So Luna was pretty hard to predict because here, like this is where, who's that? I got an alert. ETH is pumping. ETH is pumping. Like this zone here is like super, like lots of like resistance and supports. And to see like this random price, $4, seems pretty fishy to me. Look, and now like the top of this level, this region, like now it's resistance, right? So we just want to see a daily close above $5.40. We might see like some consolidation, like pretty much the same price action we saw like previously. So here, like, that's your best bet right now. Some accumulation like this, and then to go higher from there. I wouldn't be trading it personally, but Matic looks really good, like super clean in terms of price action. Like pretty much like a perfect test into like this region here. Don't know what all this is. Hey Omar, how are you? Yeah, I think Matic looks good. Like bunch of like trapped bears here, and then from the bottom, like up 120%, right, in a day, which is crazy, super crazy. But that is not the time to be taking longs now. High resistance here in this general area, and you just wouldn't really buy into that, right? The only buys currently for Matic are either here at 180 or here when you cut your position at 150, and that's it. They're the only two trades I see. Litecoin, yeah, Litecoin doesn't look too great. So two levels that stand out to me straight away, like here and here, right? Like even like here. So LTC actually had a pretty disappointing performance this bull market. But LTC is a play if we see some accumulation above this level, and then like my only entry is here. 180 is my entry for LTC. Like here, this is like a no-go. Somebody said, can I see the ETH chart? Sure. Here's the ETH chart. Still getting rejected. We have this uptick on the RSI though. Tau. I guess I could chart Tau. It's not something I trade. No. So I'm always charting the wick highs, right? So you can see here, it's like this. It's like this sort of structure, but just on like a much more volatile basis. But generally speaking, looks okay, I guess, if you're a big fan of the project. I personally wouldn't be buying it. Like, it looks a little bit, doesn't seem like it's been flushed enough so far. Like, look how much this is up on, like, if we check the weekly. Hard to chart and hard to buy. Like, I guess you did flush the like listing price, but not something for me personally. I use FTX to trade. Used to use Binance, used to use Bybit, used to use Prime XBT. They just don't seem to work as well as you want them to work when the market starts crashing, right? FTX is probably the best. FTM. Actually, FTM looks like they're similar to TEL, right? TEL, this wick here is like major support. Like, I could count this as being a retest. This is a retest. Dipped a little bit below, but has recovered. We'll have to wait until the daily close today. So I think this is an example of, like, if BTC and ETH didn't pull up the market, like, this would have got, like, here, this rejection would have been really nasty for Phantom. So, but ETH and BTC are there to help recover, so that's fine. What else? Sol. Let's take a look at Sol. My entry on Sol was like $20, right? Here somewhere, yeah. Close my position, of course. Close my bounce position. Just because, just like everything else, right? I feel like I keep repeating myself, but resistance. The only entry I see is like, yeah, once like 30 is confirmed support, multiple days above 30, and I'll enter. Until then, I'm out of the market for Sol. My buy zone. New buy zone, right? Is Pulse even in the... Yeah, it is. Wow, Pulse is $2. That's interesting. It doesn't look great. Above like 210, 250, 220 looks interesting. An interesting fact, like my buy price on polls was 3 cents, right? I was like a private investor, and I was selling at like 30 cents, like 70 cents, $1. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then it went to like $5. Would have made like 150x, but it's held up pretty well, generally speaking. It's a really good project. They've done a lot of good listings and good ideas on their platform. Hey Liam, I can take a look at H-bar. It's not something I trade now. Don't even know where it's listed. Guess this. Pretty hard to chart something like this, you know? So we could try a fib. So yeah, the 0.5 fib is support here, support here, support here. Now it's resistance. Wouldn't be entering until this 0.5 fib level at 25 cents. Once 25 cents is support, then I'd be entering. Yeah. But yeah, if anyone has any general questions on the market, like position sizing, portfolio management, anything like that, let me know. I'm just going to go grab a quick drink. Just leave your questions in the chat. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help. Give the stream a like, and I'll be right back. Hello. Did you get a link? We can take a look at link. I don't know if I charged already. But I did not take a position. I think I already tried this, but good entry for link is when 25 is support, right? Jack said, I would love some guidance on deciding when best to sell long-term holdings. So, for example, right, BTC. And let's just take a look at this. Like if you was participating in this 2017 bull run, like for example, you would think like this was the top, right? And then we would correct 30% and like people would think it's like over. And then like we'd run up again, you know? Oh no, this is the top, like huge wick. And then like down 38%. And then we're like, we run up another 300%. And then we like end up like melting down 42%. You know, the same thing keeps happening. Here, down 40%. And there's like the real top, you know? But the point is that any of these like moves higher could have been like the final top. Like the bull run could have stopped here and like this whole pattern played out from here. So one like thing people do is they use like fib levels. So if you go here, go down, you see Fibonacci retracement. And what you do is you take like the high, so from here, or like from here. So from here would be like here to here. Because what you do is you take like the high of like that region, or that range, and then you take the low, right? So you mark it from like the high to the low. So if this was your, if that was your high and this was your low, you'd grab your fib, put your high there to your low there. Then this gives you like future price action like trades, like potential support and resistance levels using like Fibonacci's sequence. And you can see like here, if we did it from the highs to the lows, like from here to here, you see this wick is low. Like it does work. You can see like here, resistance. But you have to be careful when you're using it. And not get suckered into like the thinking Fibonacci is like all you need. Like here, high to low, blue again. You know, you see the pattern. Hey Wawas, how are you? But if I guarantee you, if I did this from here to here, you wouldn't find the top. It's hard to find. But if we did our fib from here, or wick high to a wick low, like that gives us like a target of like 120. But we're obviously running into like resistance here, which is terrible. Like look, it can't even get over, you know, this minor resistance. But anyway, I'm rambling. How I just like scale out my positions is I scale out over time. So if price goes up 50%, I slowly start to like sell off my position. Since March, I was selling, I think 3%. I'm every 2 weeks. But it didn't matter what the price was. I just continued to like scale out, and that's it. But I'm also not one of them people who like look back and think like I missed out on profits. I don't get that feeling at all. But how I enter and like sell my positions, I've said this before. Like it's like a bell curve, right? So on this axis, like this would be your like your price, and this would be like your time period. Yeah. So you start off like slowly building a position, and then you want to like sell out like over time. So imagine this was like a 3-month period. You would be like selling like every 3 weeks, and that would mean you would get like the best like general average of like the bell curve, like your position. But also it depends like how big your position is. Like my ETH position in 2019 into 2020 was like, it grew in 2021, maybe 10x, maybe more. So for me, it's all about like making sure my portfolio is like well positioned, because I've easily made over 1,000x like this year so far, from altcoins or from trading. But yeah. If anyone is new here, make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe. Really does mean a lot to me. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. More than 1,000x, actually. Like I've had two 250x's, 10 or 15 100x's. It's been a really good year so far. Like how's let's check out BTC is doing. So it looks like BTC is already like getting, you know, like this doesn't look good, right? If I would not be trading this, ETH is getting rejected from 1,500. Support is like 2,300. Does anyone have any other questions, or I'll head off if not? Yeah, generally speaking, the market has bounced back pretty well. Bounced back well, but we need to see continuation. Like this bounce is not good enough. We need a little bit more, just to make sure that we can squeeze out as much upside as possible. I have already charted Solana. I can show this chart again though. So like everything else right now, I'm just waiting for it to break the low time frame resistance. So I'd be entering when like when price is in blue between 33 and 30. Once price is being supported there, then I'll enter my sold position again. What impact do you think EIP 1559 will have on ETH? It's hard to say, Tyler. Like the deflationary and inflationary like whole like system is going to be insane, but in terms of like just straight price action, it could be priced in, it could not. We'll have to wait and see. I've seen a lot of like ETH like you know, fundamentals. But yeah, generally speaking, you know. Yeah, hey Adam, I did say when I was selling on Twitter. I put a post out a few hours ago saying I was selling my bounce positions, you know. But pretty much all the alts across the board are like running into like low time frame resistance, and until they break them, I see no need to be diving back into like live traded positions, especially if you're using like leverage. Like avoid that at all costs, guys. I still think even if like we don't break resistance now, like today, I still think the low is in. Like I've seen a lot of people asking for like 1400 ETH. Like it's probably not going to happen, guys. I think this whole move was just like the China selling their hardware, selling their mining supplies, selling their mining positions, and like after this, like it should be a bit more, less volatile. Are you expecting another leg down to the 30s? For BTC, like it's already in the 30s. Like another leg down from here, like we should be ranging between 38, which is our potential like really important resistance level, which is like around here somewhere, and probably somewhere like here. So anything between like 38 and like 35 is like our new ranging region for BTC. Both of them will be like tested multiple times probably. Hopefully I'm not going to be getting any more dips filled. I don't know if we're going to be dipping that much. Maybe like 2.3 on ETH, 2.2. But I want to be buying higher, you know. I want to be buying when price is above 138,000, and it's like trending above there. So I want to be buying at a higher price. So higher price with more conviction. But yeah. I'm going to be shooting off, guys. If we can get the stream to 50 likes before I leave, that'd be amazing. If you did enjoy, please make sure you subscribe. I'm going to go have some chill time. But I really appreciate everyone being here, tuning in for the streams. I'm going to get a YouTube video out tomorrow or the next day, probably. But yeah. Yeah, it was a good bounce, generally speaking, but we're still in below resistance. 38k for ETH, and Ethereum needs to be above 2,500. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for being here. Really appreciate it. Thanks, D-Texas. Thanks, Elias. Thanks, Denver. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Flyjet. David Beckham, Jumpman, Mr. Adam, Tyler, Christian, Mr. Walter, Liam. Thank you all, guys, for being here. Appreciate it. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.